Hello everyone, welcome to Alex's Travels, and in this edition of Alex's Travels, we find ourselves in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and we are about to take on this great trip in the Pacific Northwest and see what Vancouver has to offer. So we are in Gastown, but first off, to start off our trip, let's go ahead and head up to the Vancouver Lookout and have a feel for this great city. So we are at the Harbor Center, and let's go ahead and go up to the Vancouver Lookout viewing deck. So we are inside the elevator, which will ascend to the Vancouver Lookout. Here you have the Harbor Center, the Vancouver Lookout, and the restaurant on the very top floor. And here is the beautiful view of downtown Vancouver. Here, as we go up to the lookout, here you can see the greater Vancouver area, and here is the observation deck. So here's the first thing that you will see once you get off the elevator inside the Vancouver Lookout, and here is the wonderful views of Vancouver in the greater area. And you have this map of Vancouver, so you can locate the famous landmarks around the city. Here we are in downtown Vancouver. We just went to Gastown. Here Chinatown is also close by. Yeah, so really love Vancouver. And this is one of the first things that you need to do, is to go up to the Vancouver Lookout so you can get a feel to the city. So this is my first day in Vancouver. Already checked out Gastown. Here you can learn more about the surrounding neighborhoods that you are looking at from the lookout. Like I mentioned, I've already checked out the Vancouver's Gastown neighborhood. I've already uploaded a episode of Alex's Adventures on the Gastown neighborhood. Be sure to check that video out if you're interested. And this is my second location here on my first day in Vancouver, is checking out the Vancouver Lookout, which is like I mentioned, a great viewing area to view the city, so you can plan out and concentrate of what you want to do in the city of Vancouver. So here we are looking at Stanley Park and the Landscape Bridge. I plan to do a bike ride through Stanley Park, and like I said, what I just said is this is a great viewing area to have an idea of how to understand the size, the area that is, the geology, the geography of the city. And here's a closer look at the Landscape Bridge, which connects the main Vancouver area to North Vancouver. That's the bridge that you will go up to Grouse Mountain. And Capiano suspension bridge. Here you have this Canada place. Yeah, so I really if you happen to find yourself in Vancouver, I really recommend the first thing that you do is actually go up to the Vancouver lookout to get the feel of the city. Here you have these information displays. Discover British Columbia. Here you have British Columbia separated into different areas. And this is a great viewing point, so you can watch seaplane lands, but you can also take a ferry from the terminal to North Vancouver that you see in the distance. Here you have these intermodal freight trains, and here's the view of Gastown, the Gastown neighborhood in Vancouver, and you can see people waiting for the iconic steam clock to go off. We were just right there at the beginning of the video, and really love how the city of Vancouver made Water Street a pedestrian-friendly street. So here's one of the iconic buildings that we viewed from the Vancouver lookout, and let's go ahead and take a walk through Gastown. Gastown is a historic neighborhood in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Gastown is known for its steam clock tower that we are about to see. But as we look around, we are on Water Street. Like any other place in the world, Gastown neighborhood was the starting point on how Vancouver grew up to be what we know now. So if you find yourself in Vancouver, one of the first things that you should do is check out Gastown. And as we walk through Gastown is home to many of these restaurants and boutique stores that we are walking through right now. And yeah, so that is the Vancouver lookout, and here we are at the heart of Gastown. And as you can see, we have many people are waiting to see the Gastown steam clock in action. So yeah. So I've read that this steam clock, when it was built, was supposed to hide the steam that comes out underground. And here you can learn more about the Gastown steam clock. Here are the sponsors. My name is Contributor, and you can see how it functions on the inside. And this is a beautiful steam clock, none that I've seen before. Here is the other side, the world's first steam clock, powered clock. And here's more information on this side. Now you can learn more about this area, Gastown. And here you can see the wheel. The other two steam clocks that I've seen was in Indianapolis, and the other one was in Reno. And here's the Gastown steam clock. And let's see the Gastown steam clock in action. And yeah, so that is the gas town steam clock. Here are the crowds that gather around the hour to take a look at this clock in action. Here's the rest of the neighborhood. Such a beautiful neighborhood here in Vancouver. And I really recommend checking Gastown and also the Vancouver Lookout when you come to Vancouver. I am fortunate enough to spend my first night in Vancouver here at the Richmond Night Market. The Richmond Night Market is the largest Asian night market in America, much more larger than the 66 night market in California. Here you can ride the world's first night market zipline through this night market, and as you can see, the Richmond Night Market is home to many of these vendors, boutiques, and especially really recommend checking out the food vendors here. And here you can see the zipline in action. And yeah, so we'll do a walk around tour around the Richmond Night Market, and from what I can see and smell, that this is 10 times, not 10 times, this is night and day difference between the 626 Night Market from where I'm from in California.
Chef Agnes Blessing House Cuisine.
So I am staying at the River Rock Casino Resort in Richmond, British Columbia, Canada. This is south of downtown Vancouver and east of the Vancouver International Airport. I believe this is just 2 stops away from the International Airport, and I am going to tell you why I chose this place out of other places in Vancouver. So here's the entrance to the River Rock Casino Resort. Like I said, this is south of downtown Vancouver, and the main reason why I chose here to stay a week for my trip is because this River Rock Casino Resort is basically attached to the Canada Line SkyTrain. So public transit is my main form of transit for this trip, and I've done my research, and there is actually a transit stop that we're about to check out. You'll see why, but here's the casino and the reception area. Pretty busy casino resort, and here's Gordon Ramsay's steak. So here's Gordon Ramsay's steak, and as I turn around, we're about to check out the hotel, and this bridge also leads to the SkyTrain and the bus loop. So here's downtown Vancouver in the distance. I got the city view, and I'm staying about here for like 5 nights for $160 to $180 each night, which I think is reasonable. And I really love how this is attached, like I mentioned, to the Canada Line, the SkyTrain system here in Vancouver. Here's my one single bed, pretty clean, pretty modern hotel. Here's my TV, which I won't even turn on. And here's the coffee maker and ice pick in my desk area. And here's the city view. And as you can see a plane landing close to the Vancouver International Airport, and this is very, very, very close to the airport, and you'll see why. And here's my bed again, and let's go ahead and check out the closet area. And lots of storage here, but to be honest with you, I really don't take my clothes out of my luggage and just store it for a week. Here it does come with a steamer and some hangers, and good thing it does include an umbrella, something that I don't usually see. Here's the restroom area, not the restroom, the bathroom area. Here's the shower area, very clean, very sanitary. It's not a rundown motel that I usually stay at, but here are the soaps, mirrors, and all the stuff that you'd find. And yeah, so really enjoy staying at this place. And here's one last look at the view. So here's one of the planes heading towards the airport, and you can see how close we are to the airport. And here's the hotel in the background along with this train station. And here's the SkyTrain, and we're about to board the waterfront line that takes us to downtown Vancouver, which is a 20 to 30 minute ride to downtown. So it is pretty impressive of how this train station is basically attached to the River Rock Casino Resort.
Sabi ko nga, oh, you're here. I don't hear anything. Before, you're so quiet now. Wala na sa
We are here in downtown Vancouver, and we're about to check out the Vancouver Art Gallery. This is one of many museums that we are going to check out on this travel tour, and I am excited to see what type of art collection this art gallery has. Let's go ahead and see what it has to offer. In Clay, let's go ahead and check out this exhibit, which is the Otani Workshop, Monsters in My Head. And here's the brief description about this exhibit. And this is one of my favorite exhibits here inside the Vancouver Art Gallery. Is that nature feel, and you can feel that you're connected to nature since you are in Vancouver, and not far away is the nature just north of Vancouver, and it really gives off that vibe of nature and the messages that it's trying to convey. So in the same exhibit here, you can look at and make an observation of these different types of works of art. Really love this work of art, and also this huge work of art. And yeah, so let's go ahead and go to the second floor of the art gallery here. And here's what the second floor looks like. Postcards from the Heart, selections from the Bridget and Henning freebie collection. I'm sorry if I mispronounced those names. And here's the brief description. Postcards from the Heart. So this reminds me of a Jackson Pollock painting. Here we have this art piece here. I really like this one since it's super scary. Yeah, not sure what this is, but this is one of those interactive displays that you have to stand and see what it is about. So moving on, this is the Lacey Raven Murderers Bar. So inside this exhibit, you get to sit down like a movie theater, like on a bench, and observe a bird, like a raven, see the beautiful nature of Canada, like this one right here. So you're in a POV bird's eye view of a raven going through nature scenes. Really like the interactive display that this museum has to offer. A lot different than any museums that I've visited in my life. So we are on the third floor, and the third floor is Emily Carr navigating an impenetrable landscape. And here are the paintings of different landscapes. Reminds me of the nature scenes that is outside of Vancouver, especially the Capiana Suspension Bridge Park. And yeah, so that is the Navigating an Impenetrable Landscape by Emily Carr here at the Vancouver Art Gallery. So that is all 3 floors of art. And yeah, so that will do it here from the Vancouver Art Gallery. We are here on Pender Street in Vancouver's historic Chinatown. We are looking at the Millennium Gate. And fun fact about Vancouver's Chinatown, it's one of the oldest Chinatowns in North America, and this is the oldest Chinatown in Canada by itself. So let's go ahead and explore this neighborhood. So Pender Street serves as the main street of Vancouver's historic Chinatown. Here's West Pender Street. If you go down that direction, you'll walk into Gastown neighborhood, which I did a Alex's Adventures video on. Be sure to check that out if you're interested in checking out Vancouver's Gastown neighborhood. Here we are in the heart of Vancouver's Chinatown. As you can see, this neighborhood is decorative in these oriental style, kind of like the Chinatown in San Francisco. Here we have this Chinese Cultural Center, and behind those gates is Dr. Sun Yat-sen Park and Garden, which we will be ending our adventure there to talk about Vancouver's Chinatown. This neighborhood began to take shape in the late 1880s, primarily centered around Carroll Street and Pender Street. Many Chinese immigrants arrived in British Columbia to work on the Canadian Pacific Railway or in the gold mines, kind of like San Francisco and LA's Chinatown. As these projects concluded, a permanent settlement grew in what was then a swampy area of the city. And by the 1890s, the Shanghai Alley and Canton Alley districts became the bustling heart of the community. And yeah, so today, Chinatown is a traditional heritage of modern evolution. It remains a destination for both locals and anchored by landmarks such as Dr. Sun Yat-sen Classical Chinese Garden, the Wing Sing Building, and the Sam Key Building. And yeah, so we're also taking tour bus, big bus in Vancouver, Chinatown. And yeah, so that is the street, Columbia Street and Pender Street. So here's a closer look at Chinatown Plaza. And as we turn around, here is one of the entrances to Dr. Sun Yat-sen Park. And it looks like that we have to go around the corner of the park to gain access, as you can see here. So here's the entrance to Dr. Sun Yat-sen Classical Chinese Garden, and let's go ahead and head inside, which is open up until 4 p.m. Highly recommend checking this out. So if you're in Chinatown, this is a must visit thing to do in Chinatown. So here, those are the gates that I was talking about. On your left is a gift store, and as we go look behind us, here's the entrances. Here's the main entrance to Dr. Sun Yat-sen Park. So let's go ahead and check out this beautiful classic Chinese classical garden and admire and appreciate the beauty of what is inside Dr. Sun Yat-sen Park. And here is the beautiful view. This is a great place to take some photos. Yeah, so this is such a beautiful park to just sit down and relax and enjoy the energy that this garden gives off. And yeah, so that is Vancouver's Chinatown. So this spear-looking thing that you might see on a postcard from Vancouver, this is Science World. Science World is a science museum, and let's go ahead and check this out. So we are inside the Science World, and you can see what their mission: through science and nature, we ignite wonder and empower dreams. So the Science Museum is a great place to take your children, and here you can see the breakdown of this Science Museum, and let's go ahead and check this museum out. Here we are at the center stage, where you can gather around and learn all things that is related to science. And as we look up, we are inside the spear, that spearific shape that we saw outside. So as we walk up to the second level, there's many exhibits that you can explore with your children. This museum, the Science Museum, is geared towards children and young parents, and also people who are curious at what is inside the spear, such as myself. But here you can see, you can learn more about the human anatomy through inside this exhibit, how the body works. Admission here is around $30 USD, and here you can learn all things, learn how the human body functions, how the human body works. Here, this is where you can learn basically where babies come from. One of my favorite dinosaurs here. As you can see, you can get up close and personal with it. And yeah, so ideally this museum is geared more towards people with children, parents, and basically this is more of a museum geared for children's and students, like in elementary or high school. Basically elementary students who come here and want to explore more about science. Now the reason why I say that is because I've been to other museums across the world, such as the Smithsonian and Natural History Museum in New York City. That is geared more towards where I like to be. Never knew that Science World would cater more towards the younger generation. Man, here in this exhibit, if you like Legos, you can build some Legos, as they have a partnership. Lego has a partnership with this museum. And yeah, so back to what I was talking about. If you have children, this is a great place to take your kids. That is the Artemis Space Adventure with Lego bricks. This does have an outdoor area where you have this outdoor farm and this cool thing. Yeah, Rex. And yeah, so that is Science World. So if you have kids, this is a great place to take your kids and learn all things science. So this is one of many things to do here, and one of the many things to do is check out Granville Island. Let's go ahead and see what this island has to offer. And here's one of my favorite things to see, and this is a great place to take your kids, is this inner working kinetic piece of art here. Pretty interesting to check out. It reminds me of Chris Burden's Metropolis artwork at Lagma. And here you can see the replica of the cement truck. The representation of the cement truck, that is. And here's the Granville Public Market here on Granville Island. So the public market features over 50 permanent food vendors selling everything from fresh caught seafood and local cheeses to artisanal baked goods. So here you can see that the Granville Island Public Market is undergoing some renovations. And let's go ahead and see what we have inside this public market. One of the better public markets that I've ever been to. Here you can see that you can buy seafood from these vendors. And lots of many different options to choose from. Check out the cheeses. Here are the breads. And this is one of the unique public markets that I've ever been to. And as we walk out, here you can see the bridge, and you can get a good view of the city. Here is the Granville Street Bridge here. Really like it how it is during golden hour. Let's go ahead and go back in. Granville Island was once an industrial wasteland, which transformed Vancouver's premier artistic and cultural hub. This peninsula that we were on is located in False Creek under the Granville Street Bridge, and it is celebrated for its unique blend of working industry and creative enterprise. Today, it serves as a vibrant urban escape where visitors can explore a world-famous public market, artisan workshop, and a theater, all while maintaining the gritty and corrugated tin charm of its industrial past, as we already explored. And here you can find more of these artisan pieces here. And also you can also buy some produce here inside the Granville Market. We love the cherries, love the presentation, and yeah. We are on the Aqua Bus, and there's another Aqua Bus in the distance, and we are going from one place to another on False Creek and just look at this gorgeous sunset here in Vancouver. We are here at the Capilano Suspension Bridge Park. This park is located north of downtown, North Vancouver. There is a free shuttle from Canada, a place that you can go on, and it will take you to the entrance of the Capilano Suspension Bridge Park. Let's go ahead and check out the map. This park is more than just crossing the Capilano River. Other than doing the Suspension Bridge Park, you can also check out the treetop adventures and do the cliff walk. So let's go ahead and begin our journey through the Capilano Suspension Bridge Park. As a visitor, you get to learn the history of the Capilano Suspension Bridge Park by going through the Story Center. He's the guy, as you can see, he's the guy that made crossing the Capilano River possible. It started off as a hemp bridge. Later, through the years and decades, it went through many owners to what we know with the steel suspension bridge. And yeah, really cool history to absorb. So as you can see, we are about to cross the Capilano Suspension Bridge. Here you can check out the trading post before you cross. But let's go ahead and check out this iconic Capilano Suspension Bridge. As I mentioned, this footbridge was made of hemp rope and cedar planks. Now it is suspended by steel cables, and as you can see, once you leave the ground onto the bridge, you can feel the swaying, and your feet can't stabilize. And sometimes you have to hold the steel cable on the sides, as you can see right there. So such a beautiful view, and this is a super long suspension bridge here, and we gotta wait for people to cross, and sometimes you have to wait people who are in the way to take pictures. Can't blame them, since this is a beautiful view. Make sure you appreciate nature once you're crossing the bridge. And yeah, so as you can see, there are many people today here to cross the Capilano Suspension Bridge. Such a beautiful scene. And here you can see the Capilano River that crosses under the suspension bridge. As you can see, as we cross, you can see the swaying of the suspension bridge left and right. Sometimes you have to hold on to the steel cable. Here's the Capilano River, along with the cliff walk that you see there, which we'll check out at the end of our adventure. And at the other end of the bridge that we're walking towards is the treetop adventure, which is pretty spectacular. And yeah, so you're not here to check out the suspension bridge. You're also here to check out the treetop adventures and the cantilevered cliff walk. So if you're afraid of heights, I do not recommend this adventure for you. But if you are an adventure thrill seeker, I really recommend checking the Capilano Suspension Bridge Park and put it on your itinerary if you find yourself in Vancouver, Canada. And yeah, so we are walking towards the end of the bridge. And yeah, so on this end, let's go ahead and check out the treetops. But first, let's go ahead and check out Nature's Edge, Critters Hollow, and Raptors Ridge before we check out the treetops.
I'm trying to find a photo. That's actually so funny because I was that kid.
I really like this beautiful canopy that we have here. And I really like this cute scenery where you can just bask in nature and look up through the trees. And I really like this pond here. And here's a different view of this part of the Capilano Suspension Bridge Park. So here are the treetops, and you can walk across these bridges. Reminds me of Star Wars. And here is what the view looks like from the treetops, and such a beautiful adventure that we have here. And this is probably more of my favorite than the suspension bridge itself. Feels like you're in, like I said, the movie Star Wars, the original Star Wars movies. So we made it back across the suspension bridge, and let's go ahead and check out the cliff walk here. So that is the suspension bridge, and you can get another view of the Capilano River that runs through the park. And here's the cliff walk. A cantilever cliff walk. And close to the end of the cliff walk, you get this beautiful view of the waterfall from the distance. And what a beautiful view to end here at the Capilano Suspension Bridge Park. So after a 30-minute or so shuttle ride, which is free, where you can get picked up from the waterfront from downtown Vancouver to here, this is where you are dropped off. You can, after checking in, you can ride these gondolas up to the peak of Vancouver. So the first thing that you will do is hop on the Sky Ride. For those who prefer a scenic ascent, the Blue Sky Ride aerial tramway provides a breathtaking journey over the Douglas Fir Forest, which you are about to see, offering a panoramic view of the city skyline, the simmering Pacific Ocean, and the surrounding peaks. And as we make our way up, here's the Douglas Fir Forest, and you can see how vast this forest is. What an amazing sight. So, what a beautiful view this is after the tram ride. And let's go ahead and see what is inside this structure. believe that you can grab something to eat from here. Like I said, this is basically a mountain of activities. And once we head inside here, you feel like you're at a lodge. So on our left is a gift shop. Here you can grab something to eat from the cafe. And here is a display of the proud moments from the 2010 Winter Games that took place in Vancouver. You can actually check out the Calderon that is on display, which is a permanent fixture at the Canada's waterfront in downtown Vancouver. Here's Rose's Grind, which is a coffee shop here. And once you grab something to eat, you can just sit back and relax and enjoy the views that we have here. So for this particular day, I believe there are some nearby wildfires that are taking place. That is why the sky seems to be smoky. And that is the aerial tramway, the sky ride that we took to get up here, is same where we started. And yeah. So here's the closest look that we'll get to see the bears, and to be honest with you, this is my first time being up close to a live bear. And let's go ahead and reach to the top of the peak of Vancouver via this sky ride, or you can also take a hike. So instead of hiking, I decided to take the tramway, and here along the hike you can participate in many of these demonstrations that you see here in the distance. Here I believe this is a demonstration about birds. And let's go ahead and go to the very top, 1,231 meters, or about 4,000 feet on the peak of Vancouver. And yeah, so here's the view from the top of the peak of Vancouver at 1,231 meters, or 4,000 feet. And yeah, so there are lots to do on the peak of Vancouver. Here's the peak of Vancouver lookout. And yeah, so if you happen to find yourself in Vancouver, I really recommend putting Gross Mountain on your itinerary. So here's the view of the lodge. That is where we started, and this is the top of the peak of Vancouver. Pretty amazing view. The one last thing that we are going to do is check out the flyover attraction here at the Canada Place. Here we are. Flyover is like Disneyland's Disney's Soaring Over the World, or Soaring Over California. Let's go ahead and check this out. So that will do it for this edition of Alex's Travels. Hopefully you enjoyed my travel to Vancouver. This place has the perfect balance between nature and the urban city. If you like this video, please give this video a super huge thumbs up. Comment in the comment section below on what you think about Vancouver. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure to check out my other YouTube content that's on this channel. And thank you for watching Alex's Travels. See you on next one.